You know, I was just listening to Steve Harvey's show, I think on Monday, and in Chicago, you know, they got some gangs, you know, everywhere, and they shot a 6-month-old. And I said, man, thank God I'm not in that category. And my son was there playing with me that morning. And that Tuesday or Wednesday, I was in one of the statistics that it happened. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I got the phone call. I said, no, it's not them. And sure enough, it was. And
just so, since we were recording before, can you go ahead and tell us again where you were and what you thought when you got the call?
I was at Walmart at the time when I was shopping with my neighbor, and she says, come on, Lou, let's go shopping. I says, all right. Since I'm dropping off Mr. Williams at TJ Maxx, I'll drop you off at Walmart and we'll do some shopping. So we're shopping, and then my neighbor on the first floor, Nana, she said, hey, I heard of an incident down the block on Ellis in London that someone got shot, and there was a little baby involved, white baby, and the mother was white. And so my neighbor's talking to her. She goes, quit playing around, Nana. That's not Louis' family. So she hung up, and then all of a sudden I was on a checkout counter, and Nana's phone ringing. I didn't want to answer it. I said, I'm on the line. I don't really want to talk on the line. Then the phone rang again. I said, well, let me get this done. So it was the police department, and that's when the call came in, and I left everything there. I had to tell the lady, I'm sorry, I had to leave this here. So, and then I rode down here, down to the hospital, and that's when I seen Sherry West.
When you first saw Sherry West, what was that like?
It was terrible. I really, was in shock. I said, wow, it really is my family that was involved in the shooting. And I asked her, where's my son? And she just cried and says, he's dead, he's dead. I tried to give him CPR. He had a hole in the back of his head, and, you know, his face, you know, he had the blue as eyes, you know. He had the most beautiful eyes I ever seen. And so they took him out.
Earlier, I asked the police department if they're looking beyond. My name is Nick Valencia. How are you?
How you doing, Nick?
Very sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Earlier, I asked the police department if they're looking beyond the two suspects, and they said there's nothing that they're ruling out of this investigation. Is there anything that you'd like to say about that?
I don't know. I just, like I said, I just hope they catch these people. You know, I forgive them. You know, but I just, you know, they're going to have to pay for the consequences. They took a life. They took somebody that I really love, and I was going to enjoy my life with them. I already had plans for college for him and everything.
Tell us a little bit more about what he was like.
He loved to go to the library, and he's a very, very smart little guy at the age he was. We go to libraries and to the park, you know, and play with his little cars and stuff, and he loved Mickey Mouse, this movie.
Did he stay with you, or...?
He stays with his mom. I stay across the street, and, her mother, you know, she's kind of sick at times. You know, she's disabled.
What's wrong with her?
Legs and back, you know, neck. Got into a few accidents years ago, and so I care for her. I mean, you know.
Has this family ever suffered any type of tragedy like this before?
Well, yeah. Her oldest son, 18, Sean Glassy, she lived in Jersey. Well, she was here when it happened. He got into an altercation, trying to break up a fight. Her oldest son, Sean, and he got stabbed to death. And that was another tragic in her life. And now this one, you know, so I don't know how she's going to, hopefully God will help her out with this.
How was she doing this morning?
Not too well. She's still, you know, mourning and stuff like that, and we're getting things ready for the crematory. We don't want to have a box because she's, you know, don't want to see him, and so, but I want to see him. You know, the morgue, the coroner just called us and said, you know, you're welcome to come down and start removing the body, whatever funeral we want to go.
I spoke to one of your neighbors earlier today, and they wanted to express their heartfelt condolences and let you know that the neighborhood and the community is with you right now, Louis. Is there anything, you know, the nation is watching this story right now. Is there anything that you want to say?
I don't know. I just say that just pray for us, and just just look out for your babies. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Just things happen everywhere. You know, you never know what, things happen. But I just want to thank everybody in the nation and for your support. And just pray for us.
Would Sherry walk the baby every day?
I did, because she had leg problems. So I used to be the one. I was this little teddy bear and clown and play with, and I walked them and everything,
Did either of you ever carry protection with you, knowing that there's some bad areas?
No, we didn't. We kind of, knew everybody, every time we walked down a neighborhood. We don't have a vehicle right now. It's broke down. But we don't go out as much, and when we do, we go down to the post office or whatever, local stuff. And we didn't never think down on Ella Street, But like I said, people come out from the other neighborhoods to come into the really, good neighborhoods and see what they can do or find.
On this day, usually you walk the
Yes. Since I didn't allow her to by herself, and that same day I came.
Why wouldn't you allow her by herself?
Sometimes, like I said, these little streets sometimes are really quiet. You never know. People can come out of nowhere, and this happened in daylight, right? Like I said, right behind my door. And I know somebody had to see something. My neighbor or something. I need to kind of talk to him and see if he's seen anything. Because it happened right in that window. And
how sick is Sherry?
She's really sick. She is mentally, having some emotion problems. She has some medication. I have my medications too. I have my doctors coming down and, give me a little something to calm me down. I just can't believe that my son is gone. I asked somebody to pinch me yesterday to see if this was a dream, but it's not. It's reality.
When was the last time you saw him?
I looked through the window because the door was locked. He was in the crib. And I says, Antonio, Didi, Daddy's here, and I'll see you later. I'm going to pick up some stuff for you, and I'll be back. And that's when she went to the post office, And I usually ask her, do you need me to go down to the post office or anything? Because I was the one I don't care about me. I'll defend myself, too, And she didn't say anything that day. And then when I heard the news, I was like, oh, man, I don't believe it. So... But,
how are you going to move forward today, both of you?
Well, time by time. We got a lot of things to do, a lot of people to talk to, and like I said, I want to tell everyone out, on the television that I thank you for your prayers and continue to pray. And I hope they catch these kids. I don't know if they're school kids or, like I said, I forgive you. Just turn yourself in, man. You killed an innocent little man, that I love. But it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you so much. I know how hard of a time this is for you. And there's a lot of prayers with you, I promise you.
Take care of your babies, all right?